Do you feel inadequate because you don't know any basic cooking skills? I used to think like that. Until I discovered the magical world of baking. Let's begin.
Cake, cake, cake. Cake, cake, cake. It is great that I bake cakes.
Now, in order to start baking, you'll need ingredients. That should literally be the first thing you think of whenever you start baking. Where are the ingredients? Well, luckily, we're prepared. Let me show you what I've got. First on the list, we've got eggs, but only use 4 of them. We've also got some self-raising flour. We've also got some caster sugar. We've also got the baking butter. Let's not forget the baking powder. Of course, it wouldn't be baking without our good friend, the milk. And finally, we've got our good friend, the cocoa powder, which means that, you've guessed it, we're making chocolate cake. So those were the ingredients. Now obviously you can't just get all the ingredients together and just mix them up. You'll never make a cake like that. Don't be stupid. Seriously, don't be stupid. So you need to mix it with something. So obviously we've got 2 sandwich pans like here. You need to lace it with butter first in order to get all the ingredients to really stick. Then you've got our mixing bowl to get all the ingredients together, our lovely crystal clear mixing bowl. We've also got 2 of these spoons here which we need to measure our stuff. And also we have the mugs to put the things in first, so then we can put it like that. If you didn't know that, then you are really stupid and I can't help you. So, the next thing we need to do is to get the oven on. Now, we're at the oven. Mine's a gas oven, so for anyone who's using gas, you need to turn the oven on onto gas mark 4. As you can see, it's on number 4. Hold it down, then press the spark. As you can see, it lit up like a flash. You should preheat the oven for only approximately 20 to 25 minutes. So while that's going on, I'm going to start basting my sandwich pans with the butter. Okay, so first off, we'll have to open the butter. It's a bit sticky, isn't it? But don't worry, that is butter for you. And then we'll just get that. We only need a tiny bit for each. Usually you would need a baking paper, but I'm going to use some tissue paper. It'll work the same. Just ain't got any on me, unfortunately, for right now. So just get it like that. Just get it all mixed in. Put it all together. Where can I put the knife? I'll put the knife just over there between them 2. And then you just get it all nice and buttered in. Don't miss any part of the bit inside, because otherwise it won't stick properly. I should say all the ingredients that you're going to use. I'll show you what to use and how to use it in a minute, but for now we're just going to butter up all this. Oh, look at that buttering. Oh, that looks lovely. Lovely jubbly. Right, so we got it with that one, and now we'll need to use it for the other tray, because the amount we're going to need, the amount we're going to use I should say, we're going to need both of them. It should look like this at the end of it. But now we've got that sorted, let's start the mixing. The fun bit! So the next part you need to do is get your eggs. We're not going to use all 6 because that'll make it a bit too soggy, so we're going to get 4. So just crack it open, like that. There's your first one for you. And then get, oh no, hang on. You got to mix it all first. So just get it like that, just mix it all. The mixing doesn't have to be too thorough, just make sure you get enough like that, see? There we go. And so once you've finished, your egg base should start to look a little bit like that. Now we've got the eggs out of the way, it's time to put a bit of our cocoa powder in there. Don't worry, I'm not brand advertising, I'll never brand advertise. So you just got it all, put it in there like that. But make sure you have enough to actually cover all inside the pan. So you get a bit like that. Give it a good old shake, give it a good old proper shake. Make sure it gets all in there including the edges. Even use your hands if you have to. I'm doing it right now, as you see. And any of the clumps, not the Professor clumps. Was that film? I don't know. I thought it was. So I made the joke. But you get all there like that. And get any excess. I'm not going to show you the excess because it's literally pouring it away, so anyone can do that. I'm just going to pour it down the sink a little bit. And there you go. Your finished pan should look a little bit like that. So, we've got our pans over there, as you can see, they're just in the corner. We've got our egg base. Let's start mixing it all together. And so you've got the flour, as we've got right here. It's starting to get a bit hot in this kitchen because of the oven, but don't worry, we won't put it on for too long. So you just want to put your flour into there. Just pour it in. Do that 3 times all together.
Sugar.
Then you're going to want to do the same with the sugar. Just get 3 cups of them. I use a little bit too much, so I've got maybe just 2, 1.5 cups really. I mean, the ingredients I'm using said I might need to use 3, but I think that's a little bit too much. So just maybe about 1.5. You know, if you want to look on your diet, not saying that you need to look at your diet. I'm just saying a little bit too much sugar for my liking. Then we got our friend, the cocoa powder, back in the game again. You probably want to get a full cup of it, if we can get a full cup. You will probably need to get another spoon just to get the rest of that out. The cleaning is afterwards, obviously. And then you get all of that in there. And then, blammo, you put that all in there. Look at that. That is full ingredients, if I must say so myself. It should all look like this. You got everything there. Literally, at the moment, it looks a bit like a trifle, if I can say so myself, but it's not. Come on. Mom. Just open this Open this up for us, please.
Yeah. I think it's just a moment.
That was difficult. Cheers, Mum. Next, we'll need to get a tablespoon of baking powder. Obviously, me being a bit stupid and also a man, I got a obviously being a man, so I'm going to be a little bit stupid. I told you not to be stupid earlier, but I ended up being stupid. I am sorry about that. Anyway, you're going to need some salt. Not too much salt though, because obviously it is a dessert. So maybe just about a tablespoonful of salt. And just get that in there. Now obviously we need to start mixing it, so as I'm going to do that, I'm going to just quickly get it all together. Make sure you don't spill anything over, because I've got a very small bowl, so I'm just going to put it all together until you make a paste basically. I'm just going to get the kettle on, because we're going to need some hot water on as well. And so, as you can see, the egg is slowly forming with everything else. It's going to make it a bit more like a hard paste. So, just get it all mixed in together. You've got to be a bit thorough with this. Don't know how on earth the thought ladies could do this. Now it's time to get the rest of your wet ingredients in. So first off, you're going to need the milk. I apologise if the kettle is making it difficult for you to hear me. What you've got to do is a bit quickly. Turn out the oven for quite a little bit. You shouldn't do that at home, so be a bit more thorough, not like me. So as you can see, the milk just goes in, natural. And then you keep on mixing. It should all form. It's going to start forming a little bit, isn't it? Yes, indeed. You should keep mixing until every little bit becomes into a gooey paste like this. Don't leave out too much flour. Don't leave any flour at all, because otherwise it will ruin the cake. I bet you can wish you could eat that now, couldn't you? Don't! Next up, we add our water. It has to be hot water, otherwise it just simply will not work. Just pour it in there like so. Be careful not to pour it on anything, including your body. And maybe just a little bit more just for good luck. There we go. We put that there. Put that cup there. Oh, forgot to put the milk on. Then we start mixing again, but be careful. Because obviously this bowl is not big enough for this project. This might take a while. Silly me, it's going on there. My parents will kill me. Please don't tell them about that. It's imperative I don't know that I've made a mess in the kitchen. I've told them to go out because I was busy doing this. Anyway, let's carry on with our mixing. And then last but not least, we'll need to add some cooking oil. Make sure it all goes in. Beautiful. Right. And the mixing. I bet you hate me mixing, don't you? Most of this stuff is just going to be me mixing. And there you go. That's most of the mixing. You're nearly there, but don't hesitate. Don't get too cocky. It's now time to put our bowl of mix into our sandwich pans. We're back again. And now it's time to remove the spoon. The spoon will be all gooey, obviously, because we've got all our cake. I'm just going to leave that there on the side, and then I'm going to have to be careful here, guys, because you're going to be more clever than me next time. You'll need a bigger bowl. I cannot stress how much you need a bigger bowl. So you pour all that in there, in the first one. Look at it all setting, and then you put it in the second one. If you have some left over, great, you can make another cake soon. And that's how you make chocolate cake. Thanks for watching. I don't know how helpful this was for you, but I appreciate you took your time to watch this. I might make some more later on, depending on how I feel, but for now I'm going to tuck into this. But again, thanks for watching. See you next time.